doing these streams where you suddenly realise that something ridiculous is happening with your hair the moment that you begin. But there you go. This is show business. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk you through a little bit about what we've been doing, because we haven't actually been doing things in our kind of prolonged period where you haven't heard very much from us. What's happening next in the immediacy, what's happening in the next few months, and then what's happening basically next year. Okay, so if you know the Arcverse, you'll know that we have done a couple of Kickstarters in the last 2 years, almost 3 years now. Arclands, the Spellforgers Companion, which is our 5th edition compatible core rules book, where we took out all the classes, all the races. We don't even use the word race, we use the word origin. And we took out the magic mechanic and replaced the spell list with spellforging and set it in an entirely new world. The Arcverse, 5 dimensions, where the one god, the keeper, has basically died, and magic is in chaos. And it's all kind of up for grabs. The next book we did was the Book of the Phantasm, and we launched that last year. No, it wasn't the Book of the Graces, I do apologise. The Book of the Graces we did last year, which was the first of the 5 dimensions that we explore beyond the mortal realm. The Book of the Graces is a story of the celestial realm that's collapsed into cold and chaos, and now has been populated by mortals, much to the anger of the Graces, the kind of the Arcverse's equivalent of angels, that are looking to reclaim their home from these pesky human and Etrushki and Nomi and other creatures. We've really expanded the number of character origins. So in the book of the first book, the Spellforgers Companion, we created the humans, half fae, which are part human, part spirit. The half Ferg, with Ferg being equivalent of sort of small giants. The Chorale are psychic mutants, and the Juraki, warrior amphibians. In the Book of the Graces, we introduced the Etrushki, which are stag-like humanoids and stalwart fighters. The Kairoi, rabbit-like tricksters. The Seraeans, humanoids with enormous memories, enormous amounts of knowledge, but sometimes not the memory to record it all in one go. And we also created the Nomi, small, furry, red panda-like tinkerers and makers who have anger management problems and grow into large, snarling, angry beasts when they are provoked, as you can imagine. So we've got a really nice base of character origins, but the Book of the Phantasm that's coming next is going to blow all of that sky high, because we've actually got 7 new character origins to bring in the Book of the Phantasm. I'll talk about that in a little while. The Book of the Phantasm basically is the story of a new parallel dimension to the mortal realm, which was created as a result of the Sundering. It was created by a trickster god, a trickster powerful entity. God's a complex term in the Arcverse, called Onychius, who, having essentially hidden himself inside the Keeper, managed to steal powerful parts of the Keeper's mind when the Sundering happened. And these powerful parts of the Keeper's mind that manifest themselves as gemstones turn out to be Onychius' worst nightmare. When he creates the Phantasm, they emerge as avatars determined to destroy him, and the Phantasm itself is locked in thousands of years of eternal struggle. As a result, by the time the PCs are able to find it, there's an uneasy stalemate, and the enemies of the trickster Onychius are many. The new character origins that we're going to be bringing will be the Linari, who are, in a funny kind of way, the closest thing we will ever get to elves in the Arcverse. They are kind of, they don't look like elves, but the artwork will make that pretty clear. But they have that kind of strange same sentiment as being wise and noble and steadfast and concerned not with kind of so much material gain, but with kind of aesthetic beauty. And then we have the Ebruin, who are the children of one of the avatars, Corvia. And the Ebruin are going to be an amazing roguelike character origin. They can summon their own sort of diamond hard suit of armor across their body at will, with a curving blade that grows from their arm. The Ebruin are then accompanied in terms of martial classes by the Phantom Witches, which are humanoids where the magical energy inside them has been corrupted and by Onychius the Trickster, and they have a great. There's a battle witch and a rune witch, which will be a more scrying based character, defensive scrying based support character. Then we've got the Enodians, which are reptilian empaths. We've got the Delvins, who are kind of, again, there's a trickster character. The Delvins, who are so talented in speaking nonsense that they can drive their enemies to a degree of insanity. So it's a really, and we've got some human origins in there for you as well. So what we wanted to do was create an Arcverse which is absolutely rich in choice, rich in the kinds of character origins that it's possible to play. Where we are going, the Kickstarter for the Book of the Phantasm is coming on the 15th of November. So I'll be doing plenty more of these streams between now and then. It's be coming on the 15th of November, and we will be announcing a lot more between now and then. If you look at our World Anvil, which is if you Google World Anvil Arklans, you'll find us, and I'll put a link at the end of this video. You'll notice that it's much more a kind of a comprehensive kind of gazetteer, if you will, for the Arcverse. Our backers and subscribers now get exclusive access to free downloadable maps, monthly lore updates, and insider content. So if you like what we do, make sure you subscribe via our Patreon. You can find all that on the World Anvil page. And we will be bringing to you in mid to late September the first zine of the Arcverse, which kickstarted successfully in about March, the Arklander. The Arklander is really, really exciting. Okay, so in the Arklander, again, we're going to give you more character origins. We're going to expand, in the first edition, we're expanding knowledge of our Vowbinder class. So you'll be able to find out all about different powerful entities across the Arcverse that your Vowbinder, which is our version of the Warlock, can be allied to. You'll be able to play our new base class, the Spy. You'll be able to play our new caster add-on, the what was it? Did we go for Mirror Mage this time? Did we go for we went for the Scald this time. So again, there are in the Book of the Phantasm, there are going to be 2 new caster add-ons. There's going to be a 3rd new caster add-on in the Arklander. So in total, you'll be able to play 6 different kinds of spellcaster. And we hope to bring this up to at least 10 or 12 by next year. So in the Arklander as well, there is a sandbox adventure, and then there's also our Milllands campaign. So for the bargain price of about £5, you get an absolute ton of downloadable all colour value. So make sure you get it. And it's really going to bring your Arklans experience. It's really going to enrich that. Next year, okay, so I've talked about what we've been doing, the Book of the Phantasm and the Arklander. Next year, it's the time for the Book of the Fae. And the Book of the Fae is going to be very exciting. So here we start to explore part of the mortal realm, which is the ruins of the old Fae kingdoms that predate the Van Empire. And there's a whole new tract of history to tell you all about. A whole new hidden history to explain to you all. And it's everything that happens from the beginnings of the Hidden Age, which begins with the creation of the mortal realm, all the way through to the rise of the First Vanic Empire. So it's a huge tract of time. This is going to be kind of our Silmarillion almost, and we have talked about writing a one core history of the entire Arcverse than an actual Silmarillion, if that's not too ambitious. But that's a story for another time. So once again, there are going to be more Fae classes. We're going to introduce more witch options. We're going to introduce full Fae options and half Fae options, and a new mechanic that will govern time travel. So this means that you will be able to go forward and backwards in time, particularly backwards. So if you want to carry out adventures in the the times of the first Fae kingdoms, then you can do, or perhaps during the Vanic Empire. Then the next project after that, after the Book of the Fae, will be Arclands 2.0. This is where we take everything we've done so far and synthesize it into a new version of our core rules, and there will be a companion lore book to go with it and a companion adventure book to go with it. And the title of the forthcoming Arclands 2nd edition will be Arclands Fire and Fate, and it will find the Arcverse in a very different condition. A state of almost perpetual war against a powerful adversary, and the adversary that we met in Arclands, the Book of the Graces, called Cymric, who will emerge again in the Book of the Phantasm, will be revealed as the great nemesis of the Arcverse in the Book of the Fae. And that will be the companion to that will be the Arklander. And then by the time we get to Fire and Fate, we will know the struggle that awaits humans, Fae, Ferg, Etrushki, Nomi, Saraeans, and others. Okay, well, this is I don't want to kind of go on too far, but do us a favor, check out the World Anvil, keep logging into that, follow it. If you can back our Patreon, then you'll get insider access. Make sure that you follow this YouTube channel, and we will keep you up to date. And remember, the big day for the launch is November the 15th. So we would be thrilled if you could back us then, and that will bring you a host of amazing content that we're really excited to share with you. Anyway, thanks for watching this, and all the best. Take care.